I need to prioritize.
Okay. Well,
Thanks.
Neelam, this is Neelam here. She's a member of our Shloka group in Moscow. And she's now,
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
as
Hare
you can see, in Moscow, because they're in a different part of the world, they're on their side compared to us, you see.
Mhm.
So
With that,
this is Neelam is in this sort of a group here. So we'll all say hello to Neelam. Haribo.
Haribol.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
And Chana Ravinda Prabhu is here as well from Battle in Hastings. So we'll start the prayer now. We're at the last paragraph of chapter 74, which is the Krishna enters Hastinapur. Last paragraph. And we'll start the prayer with Jai Shri Krishna Prabhu.
Krishna, 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 hey.
Krishna, 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 hey. Alex.
Ram Raghava Ram
Krishna, Krishna.
Krishna Krishna Lakshaman.
Yes, Jai Shri Krishna Prabhu.
Krishna, 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 Pahinam.
Then Chana Ravinda.
Rama Raghava Rama Raghava Rama Raghava Rakshaman.
Finally, Alex. Keshava.
Last one.
Krishna Keshava. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Krishna Keshava.
Krishna Keshava. Krishna Keshava Pahiman.
Yes, well done. Fantastic. So this prayer is what Lord Chaitanya was chanting. Krishna, 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 hey. How many times he's saying Krishna? Krishna, 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 Krishna. Hey, 7 times. Krishna, 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 Rakshamam. So 7 times Krishna. Rama Raghava, Rama Raghava, Rama Raghava 3 times. Then Krishna Keshav, Krishna Keshav, Krishna Keshava, Pahimam. So this is the prayer. We follow in the footsteps of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu singing this nice dune to Lord Krishna. So let's start off with the last paragraph of chapter 74 online and 73 in the book. Go ahead, Jai.
After thus causing the annihilation of Jarasan by Bhimasena, and after being properly honored by Sahadev, the son of Jarasan, Lord Krishna, accompanied by Bhimasen and Arjuna, returned to the city of Hastinapur. When they reached the precincts of Hastinapur, they blew their respective conch shells, and by hearing the sound, vibrations, and understanding who was arriving, everyone immediately became cheerful. But the enemies of Krishna, upon hearing the conch shells, were very sorry. The citizens of Indraprasth felt their hearts become joyful simply by hearing the vibration of Krishna's conch shell, because they could understand that Jarasan had been killed. Now the performance of the Rajasurya sacrifice by King Yudhishthira was almost certain. Bhimasena, Arjuna, and Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, arrived before King Yudhishthira and offered their respects to the king. King Yudhishthira attentively heard the narration of the killing of Jarasan and the setting free of the kings. He also heard of the tactics adopted by Krishna to kill Jarasan. The king was naturally affectionate towards Krishna, but after hearing the story, he became even more bound to him in love. Tears of ecstasy glided from his eyes, and he was so stunned that he was almost unable to speak. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport of 73rd chapter of Krishna. Lord Krishna returns to the city of Hastinapur.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So this stunned is called stamba. It's one of the Ashtasattvika bhavas and the Ashru Purnayam. This tears flowing from the eyes. These are symptoms of Ashtasattvika bhava. Who knows what Ashtasattvika bhava is? Ashta, we know, is
8.
8. Sattvika means pure or spiritual. Sattvic, when we have sattva on its own, this is called Shuddha Sattva or Vishuddha Sattva, or sometimes it's called Vasudev Sattva. And when this situation where Sattva Gun is on its own, there's no Tama or Rajas, this is our normal state of existence. Remember that. Our normal state of existence is to be in Shuddha Sattva. Now we're contaminated with Rajas and Tamas according to our karmas and our body that we've taken on. We're now contaminated with Tamas and Rajas. Practicing Krishna consciousness puts us back in the Shuddha Sattva condition. That's why Krishna consciousness is the best process and the easiest process to be reinstated in our original constitutional position as an eternal, liberated, Jivan Mukta Atma. Okay, so this Ashtasattvika Bhav, the tears are flowing, you feel stunned, you can't speak. These are symptoms of someone who is in a liberated position. Their actual liberation means that you're experiencing your original nature. Liberation doesn't mean you've grown a pair of wings and you fly off to heaven. This is a sentimental idea of liberation, or you evaporate and become one with Brahman. This is not mukti. Mukti pradata sarvesham, Vishnu eva na sangshaya. Or Vishnu or Krishna can give mukti, and the mukti is when you are reinstated Swarupena vyavastitihi. Swarupena vyavastitihi means hitvanurupam, that we are again experiencing our original nature, which is in Sattva Gun, Shuddha Sattva. Okay, so that's a little bit about that. Hope you've digested some of it. And now let's go to the chapter beginning with, have you got it there, Chandravinda Prabhu?
I haven't yet, no.
Deliverance, chapter 74.
74, huh?
Chapter 74. Oh, it was 73. Excuse me. I'm sorry about that, Jai. I thought it was 73 we're on. I was seeing 74 at the bottom here. Chapter 74, the deliverance of Shishupal. Sorry, Neelam, it is 74 we're on, according to the online version. Okay, go ahead then, Alex Prabhu. The deliverance of Shishupal.
Hare Krishna. King Yudhishthira became very happy after hearing the details of the Jarasandra's episode.
What's it?
He, Prabhu, do you want to do it?
No, it's okay. Thank you.
And he spoke as follows: My dear Krishna, O eternal form of bliss and knowledge, all the exalted directors of the affairs of this material world, including Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, and the King Indra, are always eager to receive and carry out orders from you. And whenever they are fortunate enough to receive such orders, they immediately take them and keep them on their heads. O Krishna, you are unlimited, and although we sometimes think of ourselves as royal kings and rulers of the world and become puffed up over our paltry positions, we are very poor in heart. Actually, we are fit to be punished by you. But the wonder is that instead of punishing us, you so kindly and mercifully accept our orders and carry them out properly. We are all very much surprised that your lordship can play the part of an ordinary human being. But we can understand that you are performing these activities just like a dramatic artist. Your real position is always exalted, exactly like that of the sun, which always remains at the same temperature during both the time of its rising and the time of its setting. Although we feel the difference in temperature between the rising and the setting sun, the temperature of the sun never changes. You are always transcendently equipoised. Neither Please do not disturbed by any condition of material affairs. You are the supreme Brahman, the personality of Godhead, and for there are no relativities. My dear Madhava, you are never defeated by anyone. Material distinctions, this is me, this is you, this is mine, this is yours, are all conspicuous by, there's a typo here, I think by dint,
Dint is correct.
by dint, okay, by of their absence in you. Such distinctions are visible in the lives of everyone, even the animal, but pure devotees are freed from these false distinctions. Since these distinctions are absent in your devotees, they cannot possibly be present in you. Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Yes. Okay. Welcome, Ramesh Bhai. Tamikam Chobai.
Fine, Prabhu.
Majama.
Yeah, yeah, fine.
Susama Chache.
But just miss it all the time.
Ah, yes. At least you've come tonight.
Yeah, because today I'm off.
Thank you very much. Baba, Abar Bhai, Abar.
Thank you. Hare
I
Krishna.
have to remember my Gujarati with you.
Okay.
Gujarati boleche.
Yeah.
Bolna, bolna.
Mm.
Okay, so Neelam, are you catching up? Are you reading along okay, Neelam?
Yes, yeah, yes, Prabhuji.
So this is a very nice statement here. King Yudhishthira became very happy, and he spoke as follows. Now Yudhishthira is a Jivan Mukta. He's a Mukta Purusha. He's always traveling with the Lord. He's one of his Nitya, what we call there's a name for it.
Yo,
Nitya Sangha or Nitya. There's another
Nitya Siddh. Nitya Siddh.
Nitya Siddha is it's to do with
yo,
Sangha.
come on.
He's one of his original associates of the Lord, Yudhishthira, and he will travel with the Lord constantly. He is constantly traveling along with the Lord, performing his leelas in the Mahabharat. So as we know, Mahabharat is there. Can we all say Mahabharat?
Mahabharat.
Go on, Alex, give a good one.
Mahabharat.
Ramesh Bhai, Boloche.
Mahabharat.
Oh, that was a good one. Hey, Jigna, your dad's on form tonight.
Yeah.
Neelam, Mahabharat.
Mahabharat.
Very good, very good. So, in the Mahabharat, the leelas of the Lord is there, particularly with the Panch Pandavas, and Yudhishthira is an eternal associate. Nitya Sangha. There's another name in my mind, but it'll come later maybe. And he is always with the Lord, traveling throughout the different universes. And it's an amazing, Arjuna is the same. Always in this Leela. It's going from one universe to another, one Brahmanda to another. They perform this Mahabharat Leela with the Lord, which now we're seeing little of it in Krishna book. Mahabharat and Krishna book, Bhagavad Purana is the Krishna book. They overlap because the same stories are being repeated in different ways. So Yudhishthira is offering these lovely prayers, and of course he understands this aham mameti, I am, this is mine, this is your, this doesn't exist in the Lord, that this is mine and this is yours, because everything is him. He is everything. We are him. Did you know, Neelam, that you are Krishna as well?
A part of the soul, super soul.
Yes, we are the Angsha.
Super soul. Yes.
Yeah, Angsha means Vibhinangsha. So the Atma, which is what we are, including the Devas like Indra, Ganeshji, and all the devas. They are very, well, not all. Shiva and Parvati are different. They have a different Shakti. They are segregated from the Jivatmas, but we're all a tiny Angsh Bhagavatosmi Aham. We're tiny, tiny parts of Krishna. So we're also Krishna. There's only Krishna. So for Krishna, there's only himself in different formats. But for us, under the influence of ahankar and illusion, we separate ourselves and consider ourselves that this is mine, this is yours, and we create this illusion of separatism. But once that is gone, we realize everything is one in the Lord and there's no fear. Once we realize we are one with the Lord, in the sense we are his parts and parcels, and that everything is him, and everything is in him, and everything belongs to him, and ultimately everything is different aspects of him, there's no fear. There's no fear. So this is a little glimpse into what Yudhishthira is saying here. Okay, let's welcome Jigna. Haribol Jigna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Finally, Daddy Bapu ni Garije. He's in the house now.
Yeah.
Okay, Neelam, carry on from this part.
Bapu ઘરે છે.
Karete.
After satisfying Krishna in this way, King Yudhishthira arranged to perform a Rajashu sacrifice. He invited all the qualified Brahmanas and Sheshis to take part and appointed them to different positions as paris in charge of the sacrificial arena. He invited the most expert Brahmanas and Sheshis, whose names are as follow: Krishna Dvayapayana Vasudeva, Bradvaja, Samantu, Gautam, Ashita, Vashishta, Shaivana, Kanva, Maitriya, Kevasa, Trita, Vishwamitra, Vamadeva, Sumati, Jaimini, Kratu, Pala,
Parashara.
Prasha, Garga, Veshma, Payana, Atharva, Kashyapa, Dhayau, Dhaumya, Prashurama, Shukracharya, Ashuri, Vitihotra, Madhu Shachananda, Vishsena, and Akritavarna. Besides all these Brahmanas and Seshis, he invited such respectable old men as Dronacharya, Bhishma, the grandfather of the Kuru, Kripacharya, and Dhritarashtra. He also invited all the sons of Dhritarashtra, headed by Duryodhana, and all the great devotees, Vidura, king from the different parts of the world, along with their ministers and secretaries, were also invited to see the great sacrifice performed by King Yudhishthira. And the citizens, comprising learned Brahmana, chivalrous, Kshatriya, well-to-do, Vaishya, and faithful Shudras, all invited this ceremony.
Oh, lovely. Thank you, Neelam. I just imagine, there's a list here of exalted, very, very highly exalted people situated in the Sattva Gun, Sattvic life, completely, hardly any tamas or rajas there in their life. Chavan Muni, Gautam, Asita, Vashishta, Kanva, Maitreya, Trita, Vishwamitra. I mean, just imagine one of these, just one of these. If Vishwamitra Muni now got hold of our Zoom connection and joined us, just one great rishi like that would blow our mind. Just to meet one rishi. But Yudhishthira is inviting hundreds of very, very special souls. Even Parashuram, Domya. Domya is very famous. He was, who knows who Domya is? When the Pandavas were exiled to the forest after the gambling match with Shakuni Mama, it was Domya and the Brahmanas, they led the Pandavas out of Hastinapur into the forest and performed some prayers and yagyas. So Domya is one of the high priests of Hastinapur. So, and then Bhishma Dev, of course, Kripacharya, Dhritarashtra, they were all invited to this Rajasuya Yagya. So it's very, very, very special event. Okay, Charna Ravinda Prabhu, please continue. Switch on, Prabhu, switch on. Your sound is off, Prabhu. Charna Ravinda Prabhu, your sound is off.
Don't think you can hear us.
No, Ramesh Bhai, you carry on, and Charna Ravinda can join us later when the sound is.
I've
When
got
you
it.
turn the sound
Hare
on.
Krishna. Yeah, I've got it now.
Oh, you got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Carry on.
I just got to change the channel now. Right. The Brahmana priests and sages in charge of the sacrificial ceremony constructed the sacrificial arena as usual with a plough of gold, and they initiated King Yudhishthira as the performer of the great sacrifice. In accordance with Vedic rituals, long years earlier, when Varuna had performed a similar sacrifice, all the sacrificial utensils had been made of gold. Similarly, in the Rajasuya sacrifice of King Yudhishthira, all the utensils required for the sacrifice were golden.
Oh wow! Just imagine that. All the utensils, all the pots, all the spoons. What do you call spoon in Hindi? Spoon.
Ashirwad.
Spoon.
Is that too much?
Chamach.
Chamach.
Yes. All the sub chamach. Badu samach chair. Badu. I have to speak
Okay.
Gujarati as well now.
Thank you.
All the Badu items were made of gold, not 9 carat, but the highest 22 carat of gold items are there, and they're being used. So the opulence was beyond imagination for us Kali Yuga people. The Brahmins, the exalted guests, one of them would light up this would be like a sun lighting up the day. What to speak of hundreds of these great guests. So yes, carry on, Ramesh Bhai. Present.
Hare Krishna. Present by the invitation of King Yudhishthira to participate in the great sacrifice, where all the exalted demigods, including Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, and Indra, the King of Heaven, accompanied by their associated as well as the predominated deity of the higher planetary system, including Gandharva Loka, Sudha Loka, Jana Loka, Tapoloka, Naga Loka, Yaksara Loka, Raksa Saloka, Pakshiloka, and Karana Loka, as well as famous king of their queen. All the respectable sages, king and demigod who assembled, they agreed unanimously that King Yudhishthira was quite competent to take the responsibility of performing the Rajsurya sacrifice. No one was in disagreement of this fact. Everyone through Lofri knew position of King Yudhishthira because he was a great devotee of Lord Krishna. No accomplishment was extraordinary for him. The learned Brahmanas and priests saw to it that the sacrifice by Maharaja Yudhishthir was performed in exactly the same way as it had been in bygone age by the demigod Varuna. According to
Wow, amazing, amazing. Thank you, Prabhuji. It was done exactly according to the parampara, what we say bygone ages. This means parampara. So this is mentioning now indirectly that the parampara system is very, very, very important, that we don't change. Our habit is to change things. Some people think if you don't change something, it's not right. You see, if you don't modify something, oh, excuse me, sorry, if you don't modify or change something or improve, the word is, the favorite word is improve. Here is the downfall of the world. It's in one word, improve. Or we have to make improvements. We have to modify this. No, as soon as we so-called improve things, we lose it. So in the name of improving, we end up destroying the whole thing. So the parampara system is that as Varuna Dev performed the yajna in bygone ages, exactly the same way, same golden items, same exalted guests, the same mantras, the same system. The art of success is to do things the same way as the previous acharyas. This is mentioned in the Nectar of Instruction, mantra number 3. Who knows that shloka? Mantra 3, Nectar of Instruction. It begins with Utsaha. Utsaha. Alex? Utsaha.
Sorry, Prabhu.
Utsahan. What about Jigna?
I don't know, sorry.
Utsahan Nischaya Dhairyat. There's the first line for you there. It's in the chat. Utsahan, oh, excuse me, it's Nischaya. So it's not Nishaya, it's Nishchaya, Nischinta. Utsahan Nischaya Dhairyat. Okay, Nischaya Dhairyat. Let's get rid of that one. Okay. Utsahan Nischaya Dhairyat. This is Rupa Goswami. He explains that if we follow with enthusiasm the old way, with confidence and with humility, tatat karma pravartanat, tatat karma, carefully following in the footsteps of the previous acharyas. in the footsteps means you see in the sand, the footsteps, you put your foot, like in the World War II, World War One, there was in the armies fighting in the deserts of Libya, at different parts of North Africa, Morocco, there were many land mines in the sand. And in order to get through an area where there were land mines, you would have to follow in the foot. You would have to literally put your foot into the footsteps where other soldiers had been. And that way you can get through. So we follow like this, in the footsteps of previous acharyas. So this is the system here, being followed by Yudhishthira Maharaj. Yes, carry on, Jigna.
According to the Vedic system, where there is an arrangement for sacrifice, the members participating are offered the juice of the soma plant, which is a kind of life-giving beverage. On the day of extracting the soma juice, King Yudhishthira very respectfully received the special priest who had been engaged to detect any mistake in the formalities of this sacrificial procedure. The idea is that the Vedic mantras must be enunciated perfectly and chanted with the proper accent. If the priests who are engaged in this business commit any mistake, the checker or referee priest immediately corrects the procedure, and thus the ritualistic performances are perfectly executed. Unless perfectly executed, a sacrifice cannot yield the desired result. In this age of Kali, there is no such learned Brahmana or priest available. Therefore, all such sacrifices are forbidden. The only sacrifice recommended in the Shastras is the chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra.
Amazing, amazing. Yeah, because for these yagyas to be performed and for these homas and everything, they have to be performed absolutely perfect. And that's why we have the Audarya priest, the Brahma priest, the what we call the Purohit priest. There are different types of priests in the yagya that would perform different mantras. They would perform the yagya itself. And the Brahma priest is there to referee the whole thing. Now, in Kali Yuga, no matter how good a show we make of it, can't do this. It's just not possible to do it. This is the problem in Kali Yuga. And what even worse than that is that there are priests out there that they perform big yagas like this, and they themselves know they're not doing it correctly, but they cheat others because the people in general are ignorant. And it's easy to cheat others if they're ignorant. It's easy to put on a show and everyone's thinking, oh gosh, he knows what he's doing. Oh, he's shaking his head like this, look. Oh, he must know, look at the way he's shaking his head while he's saying the mantras. I've seen it all myself. I've witnessed all these things personally. Let's welcome Her Grace Janaki from Leicester. Haribol.
Haribol, Haribol.
So we've got two Prabhupada's initiated disciples with us now, Chanda Ravinda Prabhu in Battle in Hastings and Janaki Devidasi in Leicester. And we have Neelam. Neelam is on top in Moscow. As you can see, she's on her side because Moscow is in a different geographical position to England. Ramesh is here, Jigna's father, in his Brahman form. He's in his deep Nirvana Brahman form. And Alex Prabhu is here as well. So, yeah, so the only thing we're qualified, according to the statements here in Kali Yuga, the yagya is to chant Hare Krishna mantra. And still people can't do that. They still think, oh no, it has to be more complicated than that. No, we have to chant the Gayatri mantra. No, we have to do yagyas. No, we have to do this or that. No, it's as simple as that. Simply chant Hare Krishna, pray to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu with the Panchatattva mantra, and associate with devotees and do some seva. It's a very simple process. But people don't want that. It's too simple because people think, no, it's got to be more to it than that. But if that's what the doctor ordered, you take the doctor's medicine. Who goes to a doctor here? Who visits the doctor? Vaidya. So when the doctor says, all right, you've got high blood pressure, or you've got this, or you've got that problem. I just went to the Vaidya now in Leicester, Dr. Odedra. She's there just off Belgrave Road, and she gave me some churna for my liver. And he said, you've put some weight on, you're holding weight here. You shouldn't be so jadi. You shouldn't be a jadiwala. That means a fat guy. So, you should be slim. I said, yes, I was slim for many years. And then it's your liver, she said. Your liver is not, it's got fat in the liver, and it's not burning. It's not allowing your metabolism. Your metabolism is slowed down. Take this churna. 3 types of churna in one. So the churna, it is very good for the liver, but the tongue, my tongue hates it. So my tongue hates it, but my liver loves it. So we have to take what the Vaidya is given. So the Vaidyas are giving us, the spiritual Vaidyas, like Murari Gupta, he was a Vaidya, incarnation of Hanumanji. They give us this Maha Mantra. That's really nice. So let's just tell Janaki, we're on the 74th chapter, the killing of Shishupal, or liberation of Shishupal. The deliverance of Shishupal, and we're about 8 or 9 paragraphs down. Okay, Jigna, carry on. Oh no, Jigna, you just did it now. Jai Shri Krishna Prabhu, carry on.
Another important procedure is that the most exalted personality in the assembly of such a sacrificial ceremony is first offered worship. After all arrangements were made for Yudhishthir's sacrifice, the next consideration was who should be worshipped first in the ceremony. The particular ceremony is called Agra Puja. Agra means first, and Puja means worship. The Agra Puja is similar to the election of a president. In the sacrificial assembly, all the members were very exalted. Some proposed to elect one person as the perfect candidate for accepting the Agra Puja, and others proposed someone else.
Okay, very nice. Neelam, carry on with that then. Neelam, if you're not there, then Alex can continue. When the matter remained.
Sorry, Prabhuji. When the matter remained undecided, Sahadeva began to speak in favor of Lord Krishna. He said, Lord Krishna, the best among us, the members of the Yadu dynasty and the protectors of his devotee, is the most exalted personality in this assembly. Therefore, I think that he should, without any objection, be offered the honor of being worshipped first. Although demigods such as Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, Indra, and many other exalted personalities are present in this assembly, no one can be equal to or greater than Krishna in terms of time, space, riches, strength, reputation, wisdom, renunciation, or any other consideration. Anything considered as an opulence is fully present in Krishna. Krishna, as an individual soul, is the basic principle of the growth of his material body. Krishna is the super soul of this cosmic manifestation. All Vedic ritualistic ceremonies, such as performance of sacrifices, the offerings of oblations into the fire, the chanting of Vedic hymns, and the practice of mystic yoga are meant for realizing Krishna. Whether one follow the path of fruitive activities or the path of philosophical speculation, the ultimate destination is Krishna. All bona fide methods of self-realizations are meant for understanding Krishna. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a superfluous to speak about Krishna because every one of you exalted personalities known the Supreme Brahman, Lord Krishna, for whom there are no material differences between body and soul, between energy and energetic, or between one part of the body and another. Since everyone is a part and parcel of Krishna, there is no qualitative difference between Krishna and all living entities. Everything is an emanation of Krishna's energy, material and spiritual. Krishna's energies are like the heat and light of the fire. There is no difference between the qualities of heat and light and the fire itself.
What a beautiful statement by Sahadev. We very rarely hear Sahadev speaking in the Krishna book or the Mahabharata, but here he's establishing why Krishna, Lord Shri Krishna, should be offered the Agra Puja as the most exalted person in the ceremony. It's very, very nice. And again, it's reiterated here that Krishna, he is the Supreme Brahman, he is he is everything. He is the source of everything, and he is everything at the same time. And we are non-different from him. We are his Vibhin Angshas, or his tiny particles. So as one becomes more purified in Sattva Gun, coming to the point of Suddha Sattva, one starts realizing that everything is Krishna. And there the ecstasy begins. You become ecstatic because you're seeing everything now is connected to Krishna. Everything you see is somehow you start to see Krishna in everything, and you see everything in Krishna. And suddenly you become what we call Krishna
conscious.
Haribo. Krishna conscious. And one more time, Krishna
Conscious.
That's the one. This is Krishna consciousness. Okay, carry on, Alex Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Also, Krishna can do anything he likes with any part of his body. We can execute a particular action with the help of a particular part of our body, but he can do anything and everything with any part of his body. And because his transcendental body is full of knowledge and bliss in eternity, he doesn't undergo the 6 kinds of material changes: birth, existence, growth, production, dwindling and vanishing. And forced by any external energy, he is supreme cause of the creation, maintenance, and dissolution of everything that be. By the grace of Krishna only, everyone is engaged in the practice of religion, the development of economic conditions, the satisfaction of the senses, and ultimately the achievements of liberation from material bondage. These 4 principles of progressive life can be executed by the mercy of Krishna only. Hare Krishna. He should therefore be offered the first worship in this great sacrifice, and no one should disagree. Just as by watering the roots of a tree, one automatically waters the branches, the twigs, leaves, and flowers, or as by supplying food to the stomach, one automatically nourishes all parts of the body. So by offering the first worship to Krishna, Hare Krishna, we shall satisfy everyone present in this meeting, including the great demigods. If anyone is charitably disposed, it will be very good for him to give charity only to Krishna, who is the supersoul of everyone, regardless of the particular body or individual personality. Krishna is present as the supersoul in every living being. And if we can satisfy him, then every living being will automatically be satisfied. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji. That's lovely. That's great. This is Sahadev now. He's really laying it on here. He's laying it on. And now he's coming to another aspect of Krishna, that Krishna is everything. Mayatatam idam sarvam jagadavyakta murtina. Krishna says, by me in my unmanifested form, or I pervade all things, avyakta murti. But also everything is within Krishna as well. He is in everything and everything is in him. We are his parts and parcel, therefore we are Krishna. As Prabhupada writes in the Krishna book, we are tiny Krishnas. We are little tiny Krishnas. In other words, we have got 78, we've got quite a lot of Krishna's qualities, but in infinitesimal amount, very tiny amount. And then here now we see Krishna manifesting himself as in his reflective form. The reflective form of the Lord is called Antaryami or Paramatma. Another name is the Upadrishta, or another name is the Anumanta. These are different names for the Paramatma, the form of the Lord where he reflects himself as the sun may reflect into many pots of water. The Lord reflects his form of Shiradakshai Vishnu, and by his reflection, he is his reflection. He's absolute. When we see our reflection, it's a relative form to ourself. It's not real, just like this body is not real that we possess. It is a temporary imitative form of something that we would like to be or have desired in the past. It will be finished very soon, this body. As explained by Sahadev, Krishna never changes his body. There's no 6 transformations of birth, growth, reproduction, dwindling, etc. There's none of that. Maintenance, finally death. These are the 6 stages of material existence. That doesn't exist in Krishna, because Krishna doesn't have a body. He's called Akayam. What is he called?
Akayam.
Akayam means that he has no body. When we say, oh, he has no body, the Mayavadis are dancing in ecstasy. Oh, see, God has no form. No, I didn't say he doesn't have a form. He hasn't got a body. The Lord is his body. He is his form. Whilst we, at the moment, we are not this form. And therefore, there's a huge difference between the Lord when he comes and shows himself, and we are all showing ourselves, but this isn't the self. This is not real. It's a temporary covering. So that's a little bit about that paragraph. Oh God, it's 8:30 already. Oh, drat. Let's ask Janaki, let's ask Ramesh Bhai to finish off with the next paragraph. Go on, Ramesh Bhai. Bolo che, bolna. Ramesh Bhai?
Yeah, Sadev was fortunate to know of the glory of Krishna, and after describing them in brief, he stopped speaking after this speech. All the members present in their great sacrificial assembly applauded, confirming his word continuously by saying, "Everything you have said is completely perfect. Everything you have said is completely perfect." King Yudhishthira, after hearing the confirmation by all present, especially by the Brahmana and learned sage, worship Lord Krishna according to the regulative principle of the Vedic injunction. First of all, King Yudhishthira, along with his brother, wife, wives, children, other relative, and minister, washed the lotus feet of Lord Krishna and sprinkled water on their head After this, he offered Lord Krishna various kind of yellow silken garment and presented heaps of jewelry and ornament before him for his use. Hare Krishna.
Haribo. Neelam,
Right.
can you finish off the last paragraph before we go to Shishupal's situation next week?
King Yudhishthira left such ecstasy by honoring Krishna, his only lovable object, that the tears glided down from his eyes, and although he wanted to see Lord Krishna, he could not see him very well. When Lord Krishna was thus worshipped by King Yudhishthira, all the members present in the assembly stood up and with folded hands and began to chant Jaya Jaya Namaha Namaha. All joined together to offer their respectful obedience to Krishna, and there were showers of flowers from the sky.
Jai.
Jai. Let's all say Jai Jai Namaha Namaha.
Jai
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 Jai Namaha Namaha.
Jai Jai Namaha Namaha.
Jai
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 Namaha Namaha.
Namaha.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai
Jai
Shri
Shri
Krishna.
Krishna.
Okay, lovely. Now we'll start next week. Janaki, if you come a bit earlier, you can start off next week if you want to come in earlier. We start 7:30.
I know. I got busy with something else, and I
I
came with some
understand. I
decorations.
understand. But you could start off in that meeting. King Shishupal was also present. So
Okay.
you could start off that one, and then we'll continue from there.
Okay.
Okay, thank you very much, everyone. Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you, Prabhu.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna. Hare
All glories to
Krishna.
Srila Prabhupada.
All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Jai Jai Namaha Namaha.
Jai Jai
Jai
Namaha
Namaha
Namaha.
When
Ah,
we wake up in the morning, Jai Jai Namaha Namaha.
Jai Jai
Jai
Namaha.
Jai Namaha Namaha. Chale.
Jayati Jananivaso Devaki Janmavado Jadu Varu Parishat Svai Dorbi Asya Nadharmam Stita Stira Vijigna Susmita Sri Mukena. These are prayers that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu chanted in front of Jagannath. Mahima, he said, Mahima, Jai Jai Namaha, Namaha. This is the mood of the Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Haribo.
Haribo.
Hare
Krishna.
Thank you very much for coming, everyone.
Hare Krishna.
Aujo Ramesh Bhai, Aujo Bhai. Bhad mein milinga Neelam. Haribo.
Hare
Barabar dhyan
Hare
rakjo.
Krishna Prabhuji.